Hey there, so this is the first video for the Leonardo's tree tutorial. In this tutorial you are going to learn how to build a tree that basically does this. Okay, as you can see, it self-replicates, it branches outwards and draws out, well, a tree. Runs a little slow when you're trying to capture video, but it gets there. Okay, so that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start way down by the trunk of the tree over here. And we're going to make it so that we've got a tree draw object that moves upwards. Okay, so it's going to move up, 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 and behind it's going to leave tree builders. Okay, you'll notice that the way I've set up this tutorial or set up this scenario is so that we've got a tree draw object that extends from smooth mover and a tree builder object that extends from actor. That's because the tree draw object is the only thing that actually needs to be able to move based on the smooth mover class. So we'll close the finished one and we'll start to look at what we can do here. So as I mentioned, okay, we are going to create a new subclass of smooth mover and call it tree draw. And we're not going to specify the image because we're going to draw that out ourselves. And then we're going to make a actor. And so new subclass of actor, we're going to call it tree builder. And this is going to basically be like the ink that comes behind tree draw and draws out the tree trunk. So we're going to press OK. All right, there we are. So let's start off by creating our image for tree draw. We're going to do this in its constructor, so we're going to make one. Public tree draw. All right, so public tree draw. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw out a circle, just a circle. And first, to draw out a circle, we have to draw a canvas. We are going to create a new green foot image. And I'll call it IMG equals new green foot image. And we're going to make it 60 by 60 to start out. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to, on that, well, we actually have to decide on the color we're going to draw out. Let's choose a brown color. We've got to create this color first. Color C equals new color. Okay, we're creating like our crayon. It's almost like creating a crayon. And we're deciding on its RGB. So RGB is going to be 71, 51, and 19. And that's going to create our brown color for us. So we're creating a color from scratch. We're going to use our R, G, and B to create that color. And we'll go on from there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do IMG dot fill oval. Okay, if you're kind of wondering where did this come from, well, let's take a peek. We're going to go to help. We're going to go to Greenfoot class documentation. It's going to crack this open, and then we're going to go to Greenfoot image. Okay, and that's going to give us all the ways we can create an image, which we did already. We used width and height of the canvas that we wanted. And then this is how you draw on the image, okay? One thing I actually forgot to set the color. I did make a color using the color class, okay? Same sort of idea, made a color by giving it 3 values, okay? But what we need to do now is we now need to, on that image, we need to set the color, which I was almost forgetting to do, okay? So we're gonna have to use set color. And then we're gonna have to use fill oval. So we'll look up here. Fill ovals right here. So it takes 4 parameters, where we want to draw on the canvas, as well as the width and height of the oval. So let's head back to our drawing and we'll say fill oval at 0, 0, and then we want to draw out this oval that's going to be 60 by 60. And of course, like I said, we also have to img.setColor to be the color that we created, and then set image to IMG. So let's make sure that that's working. Just put one in the center there. There we go, properly set and all. Okay, now we're going to actually just I'm going to copy and paste this code into the tree builder, because what we want to do is we want the tree draw piece to move upwards, and it's going to leave these tree builders behind. So public tree builder. There we go. And that should leave, oops, let's try this again. All right, looks awesome. Now let's start to see why I would create those two different classes altogether. Let's go to the tree draw object, and what we're going to do is we're going to now make this move, and we're going to follow the 3 pieces of creating a moving object using the vector and smooth mover classes. All right, so these 3 pieces are going to be, step 1 is going to be create the vector. So we'll say vector v equals new vector. And I want this to move upwards, and at a rate of, we'll do 2 pixels per iterations. So per iteration. So upwards is going to be 270. That would be the angle we want it to go in, and 2.0 pixels. Now we of course have to add this vector to the object. Okay, so we'll just label this create a vector that moves upwards at 2px per iteration, and then apply this vector. Okay, and then what we're going to do is in the act method, we're going to make a move. Okay, so let's see. We've done that. Okay, so we're going to make it move based on vector. Okay. Oh, not liking this. What's this about? Can't find the method. Add vector. Oh, right. I don't think it's add vector, but let's double check with Smooth Mover what's available to us. Can't remember what it is. Let's check the documentation. Add force, not add vector. Silly me. Okay, so we're going to go back over here. Add force. I hope you guys caught that before I did it, or before I found out. That'd be great. If you did, give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, so let's add one of these puppies into the world and see what happens. If I add a tree draw object, run. There we go, moving upwards. Now, in order for us to actually make it draw the trunk, first thing I want to do is I want to go to sky. I want to make sure I'm adding this tree draw object at the bottom. So we'll just do add object, new tree draw. We'll do it at get width divided by 2. Get height. So that'll be the bottom of the screen. Moving upwards, perfect. Okay, now let's see here. So doing that, and then we're going to make it so that the tree draw object leaves tree builders behind. So let's try that. Drop a tree, oops, I'll put the key capital on it. Builder object along the way. And so simply we're going to just say add object, new tree builder. And we'll do that at get X, get Y. All right, let's see this puppy run. Doesn't like something in tree draw. Oh, get world. Dot add object. And there we have it, traveling straight upwards. Nothing crazy, but it's the start of something. So let's see, did we do everything in the challenge? So it said, our first goal with the tree draw class is to set an initial vector so that the tree draw object travels upwards while dropping off tree builder objects along the way. This should draw a straight vertical line up the middle of our world. We've got that, so that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed.